Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be making this delicious pot of goodness you can see right on your screen, and I promise you this is going to be the most exciting, the most short and precise and fastest way to make oha soup. This is the fastest recipe you'll get on the internet today. So these are the displayed ingredients we'll be using for this recipe. So for this recipe we'll be using beef. Our protein is going to be beef and also cow skin. So now when the heated pot, we'll add our beef, and then if you have been consistently watching my video, you will know that I am addicted to habanero pepper. Okay, so I always boil my proteins with habanero pepper, and then this recipe that's exactly what I've been using. So I'm doing the same thing right now. So I added my beef alongside my habanero pepper, and then I use my bouillon cube to taste, and then add a bit of salt to taste. So then I stir a bit. I allow it to heat for some time, and then I went in with my stockfish, because we know that stockfish is actually tough. I added my stockfish, so my beef and the stockfish will boil together. So I covered it for it to boil for a bit. Then I added my cow skin. I allow it to cook for a bit. I allow it to boil for a bit. For this recipe, we'll be using ofo. There is an amazing ofo I got from my elder sister's place when I visited her place at Port Harcourt. We don't tend to get such quality of ofo in Lagos State. So let's get back to the recipe. I added into the protein, I added my palm oil. I allowed it to boil for a bit, and then I added a bit of water because the meat stock is not going to be enough for the soup we're about to make. After adding my palm oil and the water, my boiling pot of soup, I added my original ofo. Added the ofo. The ofo is going to be serving as thickener, but you can also use achi, and you can also use cocoyam as thickener. So adding this depends on the consistency you want. Once you add your thickener to the consistency you want, for oha soup, your consistency should not be too watery, a bit thicker than usual. So then I went in with after adding my ofo, I allowed it to boil for a bit. Then I went in with my dry, grounded, blended prawn, and then with my blended crayfish. I mixed it, and then I tasted it. And then there is this myth that we've been hearing since when we were growing up, because I'm not an Igbo girl, but yes, I grew up around people who are Igbo. So I learned this recipe really fast since when I was younger. There is this myth that you don't use knife to cut oha leaves, that you use your hand. So yes, that's the same thing I did in this video. So I used my hand to cut the oha leaf properly, and then I add it into my pot of soup, the already thickened pot of soup. So I stir for a bit. So for this recipe, I'm using but you can also add uziza leaf to it to taste, but me, I just want to use oha leaf for this recipe. That is why I use. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Don't you want to learn? Don't you want to make mistakes and learn? Because be free. Try out my recipe. I'll be dropping more recipes. Like and subscribe. Share my videos. Thank you. Mwah.